So we're back with part 2 on the firewall. So I've gotten a lot of the all metal sanded down, which is pretty hard. It powders up okay, but it is definitely a lot stronger than your typical polyester type filler. So it took a little bit more work to do, and it's made quite the mess. So got a lot of cleanup to do before I move any further. But I'm happy how it came out. I mean, it's definitely, to the touch, it's very smooth. I got everything kind of leveled out, which is what I was looking for. So I'm going to take a tip from Kevin Tate's, which is to take a vacuum and actually vacuum out some of this area. He kind of claims that if there's like a pinhole or something in there, the powder can actually pack into the pinhole. And then if you just hit it with your air blower, you can actually just push that stuff deeper into the hole, and it's stuck there, and it'll come out in the paint at some point. So I'm actually going to vacuum this stuff, and it's going to help too, I think, to keep from blowing all this dust that I made, that's everywhere, from getting all over the rest of the garage. So, and I know the little woman would be appreciative of that too. So let me get my vacuum out, and we're going to actually try to get most of this up before I hit it with the air nozzle. So, hold on. With everything cleaned, wipe down again, and then wipe down a third time, I'm ready to lay down some primer. Okay, there's the first good coat. Going to give that time to tack up, do a second coat, and then I'm going to do some block sanding on that center section to make sure it's nice and smooth. Well, after blocking and sanding and blocking and then blocking some more and then primering and then blocking and sanding and primering and blocking, I think I'm done. I feel like I'm done. So this is as good as it's going to get, because I'm not a body man and I'm sick and tired of doing this, honestly. And I think I've got it to the point now where it is as smooth as I'm going to get it, and I'm satisfied. It's under the hood. You're only going to see a small portion of this past the air cleaner, so I'm trying to kind of make this one area look as pretty as I can, and quite frankly, I'm done. So I'm tapping out. This is as good as it's going to get. So from this point, I'm just going to go up in sandpaper until I hit about 400, and then it's top coat. So I'm at 180 now, so I'll go 220, 320, 400, and then I think I'll stop, and then it's top coat time. So that's where we're at. First coat is down. Tried to keep it pretty light. Eastwood recommends 2-hour window in between coats, so that's what I'm going to do. So that's the first coat down, nice and light, and then many, many more to come. So this is going to probably take a day. if I stick strictly to trying to do as many coats as I can, the 2-hour windows in between coats, it's going to be a little time consuming, but I want it to look nice. So that's where we're at so far. Well, finally, after 6 coats that took, what, an hour and a half in between each one, and it recommended that you wait before applying the next coat. Thank you, Eastwood. It is all done. So now it's just a matter of unwrapping and taking a look at the final product. So I had to back tape everything. When I did the underbody of the car, this pinch point right here where the floor pan meets the firewall, where it's connected, that's where I cut everything off at as far as doing the underneath. So I knew that was my pickup point for doing this side. So now it's just a matter of getting all the back taping off. Let's get around over here. The garage is a mess. It's a holy nightmare. I'm going to have to fix to get my wife back in. But let's yank this crap out. Still a little bit of unwrapping left to do, but there it is. That is 6 coats of Eastwood Underhood Black. I got to tell you what, it's not perfect, right? You can see there's a ripple, some type of dimple right there, but I think that's going to disappear because the big block that I'm putting in actually is, I think it's an inch taller, inch and a half taller than a small block deck. So you're probably not going to see it very well because it's going to be covered by air cleaner. But anyway, so I got a little bit more untaping to do, and then I think I'm going to clean out the air vents inside the car, and then I'm going to put the AC box back in. So let me get repositioned. We'll do some of that. So now I'll move myself inside the vehicle, and I've got brand new Swiffer. And I want to see exactly how, I can already, yeah, it's pretty filthy in there. So before I put the AC box back on, it's going to connect to this ductwork, and I figure, you know what, let me make sure that all this is clean, right? How many times have you fixed something or gotten a car started that's been sitting for a long time, and the first time you turn the blower on, it just spits a ton of dust and debris out the vents at you, and you end up choking from it. So I want to try to avoid that. So I want to see just how dirty this thing is. Let me run this through here and see what comes out. Nothing. But I know it's there. It's crusted to the inside of the pipe. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to have to use like some type of wet cloth or something to get up in there. Yeah. Nothing is coming off because I think it's just so stuck on there. It doesn't want to move. So, plan B. So here's plan B. What's the saying? In for a penny, in for a... I don't know what it is. Something to do with weight. I don't know. So the defrost on both sides of the windshield here, there's 4 7mm screws that hold that in. I'm taking 3 of them loose, and I got 1 left. That is already pre-loosened. Come on. The whole thing. The whole thing just comes off. So now, instead of crouching in this uncomfortable position inside of a car with no interior, I'm going to take this outside where I can, there's some other screws here, so I can disassemble this entire thing and clean it thoroughly and then put it back in. So it actually is clean. Everything else is clean. Why not clean this, right? So anyway, so I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to get somewhere a little bit more comfortable and take this thing apart and clean the dickens out of it, because it's just got like a layer of crud on it. I don't like it. All right, so let's move out of here to somewhere where I got a little bit of room to work. This is so much better. A little bit more room. Okay, so there's a couple of 7mm here, and I'm thinking if I can break this down even a little bit more, it's going to make it easier to clean. So I'm going to take some of these 7mm out and see what comes off. Okay. Does this thing come out? Is there another one? There's one more. Okay. Get that screw out. So that'll give me some access. I can get in there and clean that. That's good. How does this look? Yeah. Yeah, so I can get down in there. That's not bad. Let's look at the other side. There's a couple over here. Looks like it's just these two. Does this come off? Yes, it does. Oh, that's interesting. So you've got these different pockets. All right. And it looks like, you can see this, it looks like it's heat melted, almost like their version of plastic rivets. I don't think I'm going to try to break that apart. So, I think that's as much access as I'm going to get. Still, it's a little better. At least I can kind of get into these grooves. Even if I have to take it inside and wash it in the sink, I can at least get to that stuff a little bit better. So, let me see what I can get. Alright, so let's get this right here. So I'm going to try Armor All cleaning wipes. And I don't know, it doesn't say what the composition of these things are. Got some here ready to go. But they smell very, very similar to Lysol wipes. Now, I would never use Lysol wipes on this just because in the environment we're in right now, I think Lysol wipes are trading at the same amount as gold. So I'm not going to waste, much to the chagrin of my wife, any Lysol wipes on this. So I'm just going to try using these and get down in here and cleaning some of this up from the inside. That seems to be getting it done. That is what's lurking on the inside of there. And it's like that through the whole thing. So I'm basically going to have to try to, by whatever means I use, get into a lot of these little crannies and nooks and stuff. Using something, I'll figure something out to kind of get into the wedges to get all this stuff cleaned out. But basically that's what I'm doing right now. I just got to go through and clean all this stuff up. And then this will probably stay out long enough for me to get the AC box in. I think it's actually going to be easier to put the box in and then just bolt this onto the other side of it. I think it'll be easier that way because I think I had to kind of fiddle this out for this section on the bottom where the box mounts into it. If this is out of the way, this should make that easier to get in. So that's what I'm going to do. So let me clean this up, and then I think we'll be installing the AC box.
Cool.
Well, there it is, all clean. 6 thoroughly disgusting wipes later. It is all done. So I'm just going to bolt this back together, and then we're going to move on to the AC box. This is exciting. I like putting nice shiny new parts back on cars. It's fun. So let's get to that.